going on, you guys? It's your boy, Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review. And today we're taking a WWE Mattel Ultimate Edition Series 19 Kurt Angle. I'm very happy to have this in my collection today. Kurt Angle is one of my favorites growing up. I know there was a lot of controversy with this figure regarding the part choices and the cloth singlet. We're going to take a deep dive, get into all of that, and talk all about this figure. If you are interested in grabbing this should be shipping soon from ringsidecollectibles.com. When you guys shop there, use promo code FORLIFE. It will save 10% off your order. I believe this figure is on back order at Ringside. If you did pre-order this, again, it should be shipping soon, as well as the other figures from Ultimate Edition Series 19, including Bianca Belair and Bobby Lashley. Also excited to have those two. But today we're taking a look at Kurt Angle. You can see he does come with quite a few accessories. So you do get 3 interchangeable heads here, 2 sets of medals. You get the Attitude Era World Championship belt, some interchangeable hands. Again, he does have the claw singlet. These look to be like some new knee pads. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. But the shape of it, they look to be like maybe they're a little more pliable. I'm curious to see how that is in hand. But for your packaging, you get your standard Ultimate Edition box with a white pattern here on the outside. You will get the Kurt Angle nameplate up here, as well as the Ultimate Edition logo on the bottom. Flipping over to the side, you will see the Kurt Angle nameplate up top. It just says Angle with the Ultimate Edition logo. On the side here, you'll see the throwback image of Kurt Angle. So happy that he's back in the Mattel line. On the back, you get your figure photography, as well as the little read-up and the stats for Kurt Angle. Let's come back. We're going to crack the box open. We're going to look at the little Easter eggs on the top and the bottom of the box. For your Ultimate Edition line, you always have a saying or a mantra of each WWE superstar. So on the top of Kurt Angle's box, it says intensity, integrity, and intelligence, his 3 eyes. And on the bottom, it says, oh, it's true. It's true. So here we have our Kurt Angle figure out of the packaging. So let's take a look at all the accessories you do get for this Ultimate Edition figure. You do get a set of fisted hands, as well as a set of open hands for your Kurt Angle. He comes with a set of mic open holding hands that come on the figure. Additionally, you do get 2 additional interchangeable heads. So this, I believe, is the same head scan that we did get with the entrance grades Kurt Angle, if you guys do not have that in your collection. Mine does have a little bit of a smudge, but looks like I can kind of scrape that off with my fingernail. Not too bad. Now, if you guys did have that entrance grade figure, remember that hair was like a funky color. It was like a greenish color. They did re-release it with the corrected brown hair as a basic. I did buy a few of those, and I swapped that on mine. I will show you that. I actually still kept one. I have 2 of those. I kept one with the green hair just to show some differentiation, and I did swap on the brown hair from the basic. You do get this crying Kurt Angle skin when he, I guess, won the championship belt. I don't know, maybe this is like more like when he won the gold medal in my mind, but I don't know. It looks okay. I can see where they were going with it. It is something a little different, but I don't know, it just looks a little weird. And you can see the way the painting is. You can only see like the sides of his teeth. Let's see if I can zoom in and get this. It's a little tough. You can see like the sides of his teeth, the whiting, and it just looks weird. It looks like the bottom of his teeth were punched out. I don't know. Out of these 2, I think this one is probably my favorite. And you also do get this one that comes on the figure itself, and it doesn't look bad. Something looks off. It kind of looks like a Ken doll to me. I don't know. You can see the 3 heads side by side. Let me know down in the comments which head you like better, but it's nice to give you a bunch. This kind of looks like an early-esque Kurt Angle with more of a serious kind of stoic looking head scan, but there is more. Obviously, you do get a set of medals too. If you guys did have any of the prior release Kurt Angle figures, they are the same. They are plastic molded. They sit okay on them. You know, I feel like once they sit on top, they kind of do that effect where they sit up, but the medals do look nice. Some nice gold feature. I kind of wish that the paint applications on the medals were maybe a little bit of a brighter gold. I don't know, just to give it a little more flash and design. There is no actual logos or anything on it, just kind of a gold circle. You will see these stripes on the front. So that looks pretty good. You also do get the Attitude Era Championship belt, which we've seen many times before. Mine did come a little warped. You guys can see that. That's easily fixed with some heat. I just wanted to point it out. It did come like kind of looked like it was about to pop off. I guess the way it was sitting in the packaging bent like that. But the belt looks really nice. Got the vac finish. And here we go. Moving on to this cloth singlet. So I will say it is not that stretchy material so much. It feels like just a regular cloth singlet, and that kind of worries me a little bit. Let's take a look at the designs before we kind of try to remove it or play with it. But you can see all of these logos here for Kurt Angle. it looks okay. I just feel like the colors look a little dull on the singlet. You can see more detailing on the back. Some decent stitching here. Same logo on the other side. I don't know, it just kind of rides up on its crotch piece. I'll be honest, I don't really like the look of it. It just looks like a diaper or something. I don't know, man. But let's zoom back out. Let's see how easy it is to kind of stretch or move it. So he can still do the splits pretty well. You guys can see that with the singlet. He does have the drop down hips here. I don't want to mess with it. See, this is what I'm talking about. I wonder if this cloth gets bunched up here, because it is kind of hard to like fold it back, if that makes sense. And now it's like I can't even see the drop down hip. There we go. It slides up, and that looks so messy, man. As far as this singlet piece up top, obviously it's meant to fold down. I recommend popping the arms off. You guys do not know, all the Ultimate Edition figures, the arms on the butterfly jointed figures do pop off, so you'll be able to slide it down this way. And there it is. The second problem that a lot of people had with this figure was the torso choice. So he does have that Eddie Guerrero syndrome where the torso is just way too jacked. I don't know what torso I would have preferred them to use, just not this one. It's just, he was never this jacked. Kurt Angle was in great, phenomenal shape, don't get me wrong. But this is like a Triple H, like a heavyweight torso, and just doesn't suit him. And I can understand why maybe they went with a bigger one to like kind of fill out this cloth singlet, but personally, I would have preferred a, just regular molded singlet like the Ultimate Edition Rob Van Dam, where it's just kind of molded onto his torso, a unique torso. And if you guys did miss it, Steve from Mattel said if they do another Ultimate Edition Kurt Angle, which I think they probably will, we're going to get one with the molded torso. I would assume that would drop probably in the Monday Night War line at some point, right? It just makes sense. Maybe we'd get maybe a bold version. Actually, I guess I don't know if that's really Monday Night Wars, but that is a possible another option somewhere down the Mattel line. You can see the knee pads do look nice. They are a nice bright blue, just jumping onto that. I don't know if it's pretty pliable. It is pretty pliable. I believe this is new. I don't remember seeing this on any other figures, but again, I've done so many reviews. I have so many figures. I could be wrong. He does have the red boots with the white laces, which look really nice. You get the toe articulation as well. But let's move back to the singlet, and you can see, you can just pull it right off if you guys do not like it. Be careful. I don't know, man. I'm very, iffy with, removing cloth singlets or any just cloth features. I don't want to tear them. But you will see the trunks on underneath here as we have the singlet come through. All right, it comes off pretty easily. So if you guys want to see how that looks, there's the cloth singlet off the figure. Wasn't too bad. I personally like the design of the trunks on underneath. See how the colors just pop a little more? These just look a little, I don't know what the wording is. It just doesn't look as clear. You can see how the design looks on his actual trunks, just much nicer than on the singlet. And I do appreciate that they gave you both options, but now once you remove the singlet, you got this giant torso, which does not work for this figure. Just look at all this, man. I don't know. Is it me? Am I going too crazy? Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Do you like the cloth singlet? Do you like this torso? Do you hate both? I'm curious to know what other people's opinions are, because obviously the masses were not a fan, but maybe you guys' opinions have changed. I'm seeing this in hand, but let's come back. I want to swap some heads on this figure. Let's run through each Kurt Angle head on the figure body itself. So here's the original head that came on the figure. Here is the smiling head scan on the Ultimate Edition body, and personally, I feel like this has the best likeness out of the three heads that we get with this set. Lastly, we have the crying head scan on the figure body. I really don't like this head, I'll be honest with you guys. And have you guys noticed, this just to point out an FYI, I feel like anytime you get three interchangeable heads on an Ultimate Edition body, for some reason, two of them pop on really easy. This was a little bit of a pain to get on there, and it's a little more snug. I feel like I've noticed that when you get figures with multiple heads, there's always one that's a little harder than the others. I just wanted to point that out. It was, obviously, it looked a little easy doing it right there, but it was a little bit of a harder snagging this head on the body versus the other two. Just wanted to point that out for you guys. I hate to do this to you, Mattel, but here are two Ultimate Edition figures that all of us fans are really excited for and got these super jacked torsos. I don't even want to take this shirt off of my Eddie Guerrero because it was such a pain in the ass to get on over this gigantic super heavyweight torso. I mean, let's just be honest. It doesn't fit. It really was not the best choice. And you figure after Eddie, maybe they would have kind of said, hey, maybe we just reserve this for the bigger guys. Like, hey, maybe Batista, who's super jacked, should not have the same torso as, you know, Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero. It just looks weird. It's too big, and I hate to point it out, but here's an example of maybe not the best part choices. Here we have a bunch of different Kurt Angles for comparison. So we're going to start on the far left here and kind of bring them all out and go through these one by one. So you do have the entrance grades figure. You can see this figure actually just had the kind of plain green straps around the medals. The head sculpt, again, you can see how this hair is kind of like a greenish brown, does not look quite as nice. Still one of my favorite figures in my collection. Actually do still have the entrance grade stand here. Still works. So that's really annoying while it's going to play during the video. We'll turn that off. But do still have the stand. And you can see here is just a custom I did. I really just took the basic head scan and swapped it on the entrance grade. It's the same body. I did swap out the boots. The original, I believe, came with a white. I grabbed these boots. I believe these are from the Elite 59 in the back, the team angle. I swapped it on there just to get some different variations of these figures. But two of my favorites in my collection. Probably the style I would have preferred that they go with is the molded singlet. You can see this is the, I believe this is a Target Network Spotlight Kurt Angle figure. It actually kind of can fit for like a ruthless Kurt Angle's, but this is supposed to be based on his modern day run towards the end of his WWE run. You can see he does have the wrestling shoes on there. Very excited to get more Kurt Angle figures. Here we have the Milk-O-Mania Kurt Angle that came with Stephanie McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That is where I got that extra shirt for my entrance grade. Threw it on there. Here's another kind of comparison of the medals. You do see he does have the milk. Actually came with this little cooler where you can throw in the extra milk cartons for Kurt Angle. Not my favorite head sculpt at all, but, you know, if you guys want to compare the actual crying sculpt, I don't know which I dislike more. Maybe, I don't know, man. That's tough. Maybe I want to go with his head. I don't like it, to be honest. And the last figure I want to bring is probably one of my favorites. I believe this is the Elite 59, the team angle from his WrestleMania match versus Brock Lesnar. I love everything about this figure. The soft goods entrance jacket, the medals. I did throw on the belt. I don't think he actually came with this. I believe it's from like the Elite 55 Undertaker, the smaller Undisputed Championship belt. I feel like this is a candidate for the greatest hits line of the Elite Wave. Would love to see that redone. Again, this does have the molded singlet on versus the cloth one that does come with the newest Ultimate Edition. If you guys are enjoying this review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on those notification bells to stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my channel. As far as this Ultimate Edition Kurt Angle figure goes, I'll be honest, it is not my favorite figure made from by Mattel. I feel like there's a lot left to be desired with this figure. Let's just call it out as we go down. The head sculpts could be better. I don't really like the crying head sculpt. I don't really like the kind of more stoic head sculpt that comes on the figure. I think the sweet spot is the smiling scan. That is the better one out of the three, and what I will probably be using for my display. I think the general consensus around everyone with this torso is it doesn't fit, and I agree. It just doesn't really fit the proportions of what Kurt Angle should be. The cloth singlet, I don't really like. It's not fun to really pose him around, and you know, it doesn't really hinder articulation, but I will say when you kind of move the legs around, it really does bunch up at the crotch area and just doesn't look nice. I mean, it's a trade-off. It's like, do you want to have him with a singlet down and display that big torso? Do you want to keep him with a singlet up and then kind of have that torso covered, but then you got the cloth singlet where it can bunch up? I'll be honest, on your display shelf, this will not be a problem. No one's going to even really notice. I would have preferred the molded singlet, and it's pretty much been confirmed by Mattel. If or when they do the next Ultimate Edition Kurt Angle, he will have a molded singlet, so that is something to look forward to. I think out of 10, I'm going to give this figure about a 6. Like I said, there's just a lot left to be desired. It is a fun figure. Kurt Angle, one of the, you know, best characters in WWE history, if you ask me. He was just all over the place. He had so many different levels of seriousness and, you know, comedic humor. It's just, he's great. You know, I love Kurt Angle, so I'm happy he's back in the Mattel line. I'm happy we're getting an Ultimate Edition. And hell, Mattel tried something different, right? They tried to go the cloth singlet route. It just didn't work. I mean, it is what it is. At least you get a bunch of accessories. You get the medals. You get the championship belt. You get everything you need to have your perfect standalone Ultimate Kurt Angle for now. Can they do better? Absolutely. Again, you can pre-order this now at ringsidecollectibles.com. When you shop, use promo code 4LIFE. It'll save you 10% off your order. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at AlexWestCollects. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll catch you all on the next video review.